All right, let's go about north and talk to Bailey in Toronto. What's up, Bailey?
Hey, Dr. John, how are you? Thanks for taking my call.
Of course. I tried my best about, but it sounded terrible. Can you give me one?
A or
Hey,
about?
there we go. Perfect. What's up? How can I help?
So this is my question. In my relationship, why do I feel like I have to get mad for any change to occur? I feel like this speaks more about me than him. Like I am not confident enough to speak up before things escalate. Why do we wait for emotions to boil over to talk about issues, things change? How do we learn to voice our needs before things get out of control? How do we create a relationship where both parties feel safe to be vulnerable about their needs, wants? More specifically, what are some tools I need?
Awesome. I got 117 questions. Let's go. All right, let's do it. What tools that you need for what?
To learn to regulate my emotions.
Okay.
And how do I learn to respond instead of react? And then how can I work on my delivery?
Okay.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, it's a lot, but it's two simple sides of a coin. Okay. And usually, if you ever listen to the show very much, you hear me talk about the dance that couples get into. My guess is it's one of two things. Number one, you feel so uncomfortable saying what you need. I don't like this in bed when you do this. I need you to be home between 5:30 and 6 because I make dinner and our kids need to go to bed. I don't like it when your mom calls and starts telling me what to do or whatever. And it's so hard for you to say those things that you almost have to, not almost, you do. You have to boil the water so hot that the steam pushes the lid off the top. That's one avenue. The other avenue is you constantly tell your husband what you need, what you want, what you like, and he doesn't give a crap. And the only way he will do anything is if you run up and grab him by the ears and shake his head and yell real loud. And maybe a little bit of both. So if I put those two on the table, which one feels more natural?
I feel like I have to boil over and get angry. I think it's like an attention thing. It's like I don't want to be labeled the needy wife or girlfriend. So if I get mad,
what if you switched
then
it?
he'll pay attention to me.
What if you switched it and gave him the keys to the kingdom? Like somebody told you that your needs made you annoying. For most men that I talk to, they dream of their girlfriends or their wives telling them what they need so that they can love them better. They don't know how.
Okay.
But somebody told you needs were you being a whiny, like annoying girlfriend or a whiny, annoying wife. Instead of needs being a really clear roadmap for how your husband can love you really amazingly right now.
Okay. That's reframing it for sure.
So give me an example of something you don't like to say. Or when's it, let me say this. You called because of something. Did you get really mad and then you got frustrated with yourself for getting so mad?
Well, it's because I wait until I'm frustrated about something.
Why?
Whether it be like, I don't know. I'm just like.
What's the last time you were frustrated?
Like over the weekend, but this is simple stuff. Like I get frustrated because in our day to day, I don't have enough time to walk the dog, do my exercise, see my family, meal prep. You know what I mean? Like it's just frustrating that we don't have enough time to do these normal things. So then
hold on.
There and
you've created a picture all by yourself of what normal is, of what quote unquote supposed to do looks like.
Oh, well, that's what I would like to get done in a day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that picture come from?
Just like my routine.
And what's that routine keep you safe from?
That's a good question.
You lean on that routine like people I've sat with lean on cocaine. Because
Right.
without that list, you feel untethered and that your world is going to unspool underneath you.
Yes, I do like productivity and accomplishments.
But you don't like productivity and accomplishments for the sake of productivity and accomplishments. You like productivity and accomplishments because it keeps you from having to feel. Why?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Most of the time, it distills all the way down into two things. Either I don't like the life I've created for myself, or more terrifyingly, I don't like me.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there's some insecurity for sure. That's fair.
Why are you insecure with the guy that looked you in the eye and said, until the end of time and beyond, I do?
I'm confident with his loyalty.
But you're not confident with his love. Why?
Because he didn't stand up for me on an occasion. We had a grenade thrown into our living room, and now it was a terrible position for like a father to put a son in. I can go in the background if you want.
But here's what's instructive. So your father-in-law said something awful about you, and he didn't stick up for you?
The father-in-law moved in, and then my significant other was like working away from home. So it was just me and the father-in-law, and we weren't getting along, and I ended up leaving the house. And yes, like my partner never stuck up for me. So I put that GPS pin in, like my body is unsafe here. Like it's just hard to trust again.
It is.
Even though he's kept showing up.
I know.
I'm just wary.
But that means you're holding on to that. Did he apologize?
Yeah, I know. Sort of.
Okay, then no. Then he hasn't. And so, you see what I mean? There's the dance that happens. You're mad at him about something that happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he, in his mind, thinks that he solved that.
Yeah.
And would probably be shocked if he knew that that was still lingering. That was still on his kitchen table this morning or this weekend. And you are confident in his loyalty, but you are not confident that he'll show up for you or that he'll love you. And so you can see that you are walking through your own life with no foundation. You never know where the next step's going to go because you hang on to these things. Or you don't hang on to them in a negative way. You don't deal with them. And so my question for you would be, what would it look like tonight to take him to dinner and say, I'm going to tell you something's kind of nuts, but I'm still can find myself so mad about that thing that happened with your dad. And I feel like you never apologize for me. And I know it sounds bananas, but I still hang on to that. And it's hard for me to trust you that you'll be there for me again. What if you did that in a non-angry, non-raged out, non-whiny, complainy way, but just I'm freaking Bailey and I'm allowed to have feelings and this is what they are right now? What would that be like?
I think that would be a good conversation to have.
Why couldn't you do that?
Well, we both work for a utility and we both work on the road. So we're away from each other during the week and then only see each other on weekends. But we could talk over the phone. It's not a big deal.
No, don't do it over the phone. It's got to be in person. It's got to be in person.
Yeah. But we have talked about it. And I don't know. Again, it's like the tools. I don't have the tools. How do I get over this? Do you just do it? Do you just forget about it?
No. You look at somebody, if he reaches across the table and grabs your hands and says, listen, I let you down. I'm so sorry. It will never happen again.
Hmm.
And then you say, thank you. I'm really grateful. Yeah. And then if you choose, I'm going to choose to believe you. I'm going to choose to trust. Then from that point forward, every time that story pops into your head, you literally say out loud, nope, not doing that. But you don't because, hang on one second. You replay those stories because they make you feel powerful and they make you feel right. And they make you feel like you are the one done the injustice.
Right.
And then your identity over time becomes the worst things that ever happened to you. And that's a miserable place to build an identity. Right?
Yes.
And so you find yourself getting mad all the time because you don't like the guy that you're with. And then you find yourself getting mad all the time because you don't like the fact that you've stayed with a guy that you don't like.
I do like him.
I know.
He is a good man.
Except for the fact that...
I want to get over this stuff.
But I don't think you do yet. Or let me say it this way.
Okay.
You want to get over it. But it provides you something. What is it giving you? What's it giving you?
It's giving me nothing because it's giving me like anger, which then I yell at him and then he shuts down. And then that's why.
What does anger give you?
This phone call.
What does anger give you?
It gives me the attention for like a brief moment.
It gives you power.
But nothing gets accomplished.
It gives you power.
Oh, okay.
It gives you right. And somewhere along the way, power became a thing that made your body, made your body be able to stand up a little bit taller. And what most relationships need is less power and more taking a knee. I love you enough to tell you what I need. I love me to tell you enough, like what I need. And then I'm going to fight and scratch and claw with my body as it tries to send signals again. Oh, remember last time? Nope, not doing that anymore. I'm going to lean in closer. Give you a good example. Like this is kind of putting my dirty laundry out there. But my wife, I got frustrated with something yesterday. I caught myself and I went outside. And by the way, I was acting like a baby also. Don't think this is anything great and noble. I went outside and I got the Armor All and a rag and I cleaned my wife's car. And I threw away all the trash, and she's got two kids that she's traveling. I mean, our two kids that she travels all over the place with. It was full of all kind. I cleaned the car, and then I took it and went and picked my son up, and then we went and got her gas. And I intentionally got the expensive gas. I don't even know why. It just made me feel like I'm giving her the best I can. So that she came in today, got out in her car, and it was clean. It was all armor-alled up, and it was full of gas for the week. And by the time I got done, my little hissy fit, whiny babiness was completely gone. And it's because I took a knee. I chose service instead of power. I chose service instead of being right. And I couldn't think my way there. I had to go act. I had to go do something nice. See what I'm saying? Like you have to make a choice. I don't want to carry this crap anymore. But that is going to leave you feeling exposed as the day you left that house because your husband wouldn't intervene with his dad. And that's the path.
Okay.
You're like, wow, that sucks.
No, I mean, it's like, what are practical actions in the moment, right?
In the moment, walk away. Walk away.
Oh, okay.
In the moment or before the moment, by the way, if you get to the moment, it's too late.
Yeah.
So y'all come up with a hand sign or some sort of phrase, a safe word, if you will. And when you find yourself getting enraged, you say, take 5. And you walk away. And if you all have gone to lunch or breakfast and on a Saturday morning when you're actually together and you say, I'm trying to break this habit of getting mad. And every time I feel like I need to tell you my needs, I remember all this stuff from our past. And so I just get angry and I'm trying to stop that. So in the heat of the moment, I'm going to raise my hand and just like do a number, like make a 5. Or I'm going to fist bump you. And when I do that, don't take that as rejection. Take that as me getting overwhelmed and me taking control back over my emotions. Also, journaling every single day of your life. That sounds all woo-woo, but what it serves is a pressure release valve.
Yeah.
You let it build and you let it build, you let it build, and then you explode. The third thing is a weekly Every Sunday night or Saturday night, y'all have 15 or 20 minutes to go over calendar, go over your budget, and look each other in the eye and say, how can I love you this week? And if you do all these things upriver, then when something blows up, it's not there to come out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're like...
Yeah, I've asked for check-ins.
And you're not getting them?
I've gotten away. I mean, well, we're starting. Okay. We're working on it. The journaling I've gotten away from, and I want to start again. And
okay, Bailey, when you listen to this callback, I want you to pay attention to one important thing. You have completely divorced yourself from yourself. Journaling didn't just escape from you. You quit doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Being angry every time you feel like you need to say something isn't your body, isn't like a demon landing on your shoulder. You get mad and you feel powerful in that anger and you keep it for a second. You ask your husband for something and he just looks at you and goes, I'm not doing that. And you have to live in that guilt and in that grief that your partner won't join you in something that you have said is important.
Right.
You have to get back to, I own how I feel. I own the things that I do. And I'm not going to outsource these to other people. And for everybody listening, if you wait until the moment to come up with an anger exercise, it's way too late. Way too late. Anger points us in the direction of something we care about. And my guess, Bailey, is that you care so much about this marriage, and there's probably, just because I've done this a long time, I may be wrong, there's probably some stuff that is on the table that is deeper seated here with you and your husband. There's conversations that you need to have that you haven't had yet. Maybe it's about work, maybe it's about fidelity, maybe it's about your romantic relationship, maybe it's about kids, maybe it's about any number of things. Maybe it's about all the way back to that situation with his family. When it came down to it, you weren't there for me. Maybe that's it. But your body is telling you every time you need something, he's not going to be there. And that's where you got to address it. The anger's your body trying to get your attention. And that's a good thing. So trying to duct tape over that is not helpful. Going way upstream so that you get the things that your body needs, like connection, like connectivity, like being on the same page, like a unified purpose, like romance and intimacy, all those things upstream so that financial security, so that when you need to say your needs out loud, you just say your needs out loud. But that's ownership of your actions. That's ownership of what comes next. That's you writing down in a journal, here's what I need. And I'm just going to practice it. And when I feel myself getting mad, whoop, stop. I'm going to take a break because I'm getting mad. You're not doing anything. I'm choosing to get mad. My body's choosing anger. And I don't know why, but it is. And so I'm going to take a break until I come back. And then we'll start over again. Then we'll start over again. You got to practice it. But anybody telling you on the internet, some sort of snake oil salesman telling you, this is the 5 steps to feel stupid. It's dumb. You're talking about reimagining your marriage and getting as far upriver as you can.